No turtles today. Hard to tell a turtle from a log here. Lots of birds. Squirrels. Just want to take a little walk here. Nice morning walk. See what's going on outside there, though. I don't know if there's a lot of people out still, but it is a Sunday morning here in Bangkok, so it sounds like it's active over there. We're gonna go check it out. See if I can find my way out of here. What's happening, MedTech? Man, the cold is gone from here. It was here for a little while, and now it's too damn hot. It's almost 90 degrees right now. So it probably feels like about 98. Yeah, we get out of here. Go check it out on the street. Take a walk through the park. We'll go check out the Christmas lights at the mall. Around the mall. Yeah. Well, you never get used to it. You just learn to tolerate it. You learn that when you sweat, it's okay. That's about it. Good mood. I don't know about that. I'm okay. I'm okay. I've been meaning to email you there, Fidelity. I've got a little something for you. And I did go see Jono. I don't know, I guess day before yesterday, or when was it? Buenos dias, Mr. Mitch. I can't see. There's so much glare, it's hard to see here. Over Hong Kong. Well, I don't know. I still am editing a couple of videos. I don't think I'm gonna walk down here. I'm still editing some videos, so it's hard to be over at 100%, but oh, falang. What was I gonna say? I don't know. What is this here? How's the shoulder, Mitch? Yes, how is the shoulder? I can't see where this guy's following me. Jesus Christ. We'll walk down here a little ways, walk back on the other side. It's hard for me to see, though. Dim sum. Yeah, it's time to cross. Got some coconuts. Smells good. Lots of traffic. Banangas. Man, I gotta get out of this glare, man. It's killing me. Oh, now you got a broken wrist too. My wife just went in again yesterday for her shoulder, and she said she's got to change doctors because the doctor just keeps giving her medicine like anti-inflammatory, and it's not doing anything. She's already had an MRI. The guy doesn't want to pull the trigger and do anything else, so she's like, so what? You know, what are you gonna do? Man, I cannot see. I have to turn, get in the shade. Fuck. Oh, that sucks. That's not a good way to break it. Wrists are never good. I mean, I fractured my wrist when I fell from the 4th floor. Fortunately, I didn't really know about it because I was knocked out. But they suck. Wrists and ankles. Man, this glare. I mean, the sun is so bright right now. Ugh. Ugh. Definitely Isan. Ugh. Actually pretty slow for this place. But as you can see, fruit, some fruit over there. And I don't know if you guys know, but there was a protest in Bangkok yesterday. By the time I found out about it, it was too late. But there will be one or more starting next month. Coconut ice cream. Can't go wrong with coconut ice cream. Gotta get out of this sun, man. Whew. Blazing. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think Sarin is. I don't know. I think it is actually. Now that I think about it, I could be wrong, but I think it is. I just stand here for a minute. I mean, look at this. It's nice and shady, and over here it's bright, very hot. They cooking out fucking intestines over here. Oh, chicken's feet? No, intestines. Yeah, loving that. Nothing like a little grilled pig's intestine. So yeah, it's pretty slow here now. Man, scorcher, man. Yeah, normally this would be all full, but maybe over here. Haven't been here in months. Man. Very, very hot. My phone just overheated. That's how hot it is. So I'm gonna chill in here for a minute, let it cool down. It kind of sucks. Hopefully we get some people back, but it is so hot here that the phone overheated, which hasn't happened in a long time. Some water. Just go. Just come. Just go. Jesus Christ. Con mặt không? Mấy bên. Too hot. Man. It's got to be hotter than 90 now. All these people are annoying. Hey Bruce, what's happening? Gee, can you tell where I am? Yeah, so, you know, I don't know if you guys heard me say, but there were protests yesterday in Bangkok. A protest down by Mom and Krong. A couple thousand people. and they're scheduled to become more regular starting next year. And they also are anti-government, anti-military government protests. A billionaire in charge of this. It's called Future Forward Party. No, not red shirts. God, that's annoying. I need to go sit with the squirrels. Mellow out, sit with the squirrels. Damn. That sucks, Mitch. So I can't even see the letters. Why are you writing in Thai? It what cup? So what? The one teeth. Oh. Yes, Sawadi. But why are you writing in Thai? We speak in English and we write in English in this chat. Yeah, I work at 7-Eleven. Can you tell I'm working? I'm at the cash register. I'm at my lemonade stand. Hey Henry, how you doing? I'm sure it puts you behind, you know. I mean, I've had that happen to me before, and it's never good. I mean, at first you're like, oh yeah, I don't have to do anything, but then you're like, this kind of sucks. How often can you watch? Well, I don't even know. Oprah's not on anymore. Soap, The Bold and the Beautiful, or something like that. How often can you watch that? Gets old, you know. Reruns of I Love Lucy. I don't even know if that show's on in the U.S. anymore. I'm out of touch, man. Really, I'm out of touch. Yeah, and it just makes you even more nuts. I know the feeling, man. I don't know. Why don't you come for yourself and find out? I'm not your gopher. I'm not going to tell you the price. You need to learn. You need to figure it out yourself, sir. I'm a cashier. I'm not a gopher. That's the thing. He's put together. Oh, that was painful to look at. So when are you supposed to go back to work, Mr. Mitch? When are you supposed to be okay? Humpty Dumpty. Again, I know the feeling. You know, when I was in Hong Kong walking around and I was in my boots, my feet didn't hurt. I felt really good. I could walk a long ways. I come back, feet feel okay. I smashed my toe, which is the toenail's all purple and everything, but whatever. And so I start walking with my flip-flops as soon as I have to have surgery again right after Christmas. Oh, damn. So this is going to be a long, you're out for 4 or 5 months. All this noise is driving me crazy, man. Damn, 12 weeks after that. That's a long ass time, pal. But, well, not much you can do about it now, unfortunately. But you know, as soon as I came back, I put my flip-flops on. I thought, oh, my feet, you let my feet breathe a little bit. As soon as I put the flip-flops on, I walked for a couple hours one day, the other day. I think it was when I went to go see Jono. And by the time I got home, my feet were in agony. And ever since then, I've noticed. Oh, lovely. I've noticed that the feet are not the same. So I don't want to have to wear the boots all the time. So I'm wearing my tennis shoes, but man, it's like, you know, the older you get, I don't care what anybody says, you start getting older, things start not working as well, they start falling apart, slowly but surely. What's happening there, Soy Dog Cowboy? I think I'm gonna walk outside, get out of here. This place is driving me nuts. Yeah, it's all downhill, man. Let me see here if this will work. I'm not using my gimbal right now. I'm using the monopod thing just for the iPhone. One of the things that I learned in Hong Kong is that the monopod I have, while it's good for just running around with a camera, it's not good if you want to be able to sit it down because there's no feet on it. I got no feet on the monopod. All right, let's get out of here. Hopefully my phone will hold up until I get to the shade of the park. Open. Oh, as soon as I come out, it's just a massive heat wave. Hopefully that'll work. Yeah, very quiet now. Usually these streets are completely full. See, they're putting their stuff away. So, you know, I started that a little late. I thought, oh, I'm going to stream on Tuesday. And then I thought I need to go for a walk. A little walk and talk. Which is better because I really don't have that much to talk about other than there were protests here. And the protests in Hong Kong seem to have slowed for now, but they will kick in next month and the month after that, especially leading up to the general election. I think things are going to heat up there because there's no real alternative to violence there. I think they can try to negotiate all they want. Nothing's going to happen. All right, it's nice and cool here. Beautiful. Kwa kwam ruam mưa. Look at this. Water's not exactly what I would call lovely. But there's some flowers. It's a nice place. It's a nice little park here. You're below average. Yeah, Bruce. I'm sorry. You know, the golden years, I don't buy it. Hey, yeah, you know, you can still be young on the inside, but the bottom line is you get old, it just happens. There's not much you can do about it. And I feel the difference from, say, this year to last year. I mean, I really feel a big difference even from last year. So, oh, well, look at this. There's this big fish right here. See that thing? Mudfish or whatever. Looks like there are a couple of them. Are catfish, mudfish, catfish, whatever you want to call them. They're all over the place. That's catfish. All right, so let's take a little walk. We'll go this way first. So let's see if we can find a. Bo Sheik, whatever. You don't exactly ask the make the best comments. Any good retirement villages in Thailand? I mean, how am I supposed to answer that? You want me to tell you one good village or like 5 good villages? I mean, what's wrong with Bangkok? What's wrong with all the other places? I mean, if you don't know, if you have no clue about this, then why are you even asking? Seriously, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just trying to be honest. If you don't know and you're asking about villages, you know how many villages there are in Thailand? I mean, seriously. Dude, get the fuck out of here. You're a chowderhead. And you always have been. I just haven't felt like saying anything until now. I don't feel like dealing with all this bullshit. These fucking shitty people, stupid people. It's like, come on, man. Come up with a decent question. Hey, out of all the places you've been, which one do you like the most? And which is the best to live in? Or something like that. But do you know how many... I don't even know how many villages there are in Thailand. There's... What's happening there, Aubrey? All right, we got a little tackle here. All right, now this might be cool to watch. I'll walk over here. Oh yeah, I'm pointing it at me, sorry. My patience is gone for stupidity in YouTube. It's just gone. I have none anymore. People have been writing me. You know, I mean, I get some good comments once in a while, but people have been writing me, giving me a hard time and asking me extremely stupid questions like, hey, I want to help. I want to become a domestic helper. Can you lead me in the right direction? And it's like, no. What do I look like? So those days are over, and I'm not putting up with any shit. And if I even sense it, I'm either going to ban the person or I'm just not going to respond. Which is what I've been doing to the comments. But this is always cool to watch. It's hot over here. เย็นแล้วขาไม่ดีโอ้ยไม่ได้ไม่เป็นไร I only got one good leg. Playing 2-on-1, so that means, oh no, 1-on-1. Thought I was 2-on-1. These guys are usually really good. I'd rather just put this thing over here and put it on a stand. It's the best way, huh? Oh, that's a good idea. Here we go. Yeah, mad skills. Well, you know, it was a time when I could get my leg up like to my head, but that was about 30 years ago. And now, because of my hip, you know, my left leg is still pretty good, but my right leg, forget about it. And I don't want to, you know, if I slip and do a split, that wouldn't be a good thing. Oh, yeah. All that matters is what you can do today. All right, looks like 2 and 2. Let's see. No, 1-on-1. You got a habit of breaking things, don't you, Mitch? See, you got all these guys over here. Well, you know what it is they do it from when they're young. It's the same thing with like Muay Thai. They don't do a lot of stretching in the traditional sense of like karate or anything like that. It's that they start using their leg muscles and doing things that they do for years, and then they just get a little bit warm by going easy at first, and then once they start getting heated up, then they start doing the harder techniques. Oh, good, great shot! Wow. So it's Christmas time, which doesn't make a huge difference in our lives here. But man, they are putting on the hard sell at the mall and at the Happy Land and everywhere like that. Everywhere you go. Christmas this, Christmas that, which I still don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of strange. so nobody knew. Oh, this guy's the new guy. What does it say? I can't even read that for. Rotary Sports Center for the community. Ui. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like hacky sack. I used to play hacky sack when I was younger. Dude's playing barefoot. I wouldn't say going through the roof, no. But are expenses going up? Yes. I mean, they're going up everywhere, but, you know, some guy commented, I gotta get out of here. A guy wrote me the other day, and he's like, oh, you guys are whining about how it used to be and all this, but he'd never been here before, so he doesn't know, he doesn't have anything to compare by, which that in itself is flawed. You know, it's a flawed logic on his part because he doesn't know. All he knows is what he thinks he knows. But so he was talking about how, oh, it was $8 recently for a double cheeseburger set in Michigan. But it's almost $8. It's almost $8 at like Burger King for a set. You get like a double bacon cheeseburger set, and it's like almost $8. You know. So some of the prices are the same. I mean, look at Starbucks. When I first got here, the double espresso was like 60 baht or something. All right, I can tell that's gonna go over real well. That music. YouTube copyright. They're such sticklers now about it that there's no way out of it. It's ridiculous now. Really ridiculous. I mean, you can't even play anything. I don't know how these people do it. I guess maybe they're not monetized or they're not, I don't know. or they don't care. But you see all these people with like entire albums. How are they getting away with it? I don't understand, you know. Let me get away from there. It's ridiculous. All right, let's go over here. Looks like the water levels are down now. They've been down. They were down on the boat yesterday. It was on the boat. And the water level is so low that it's like you have to step up to get onto the pier. You can't just step across or whatever, which is what you usually do. This is what I like over here. Nice and peaceful. Birds. Not too many people. For your own song. That goes to show you how screwed up YouTube is. And I mean, I understand that it's difficult because they have millions and millions of people watching and, you know, they're using these algorithms. But maybe they need to figure out another approach because it doesn't seem like what they're doing is very effective. And, you know, they'll claim, oh, yeah, we're really on it now, guys. No, you're not on it. You know. And that just proves my point. You know, it's your own song, and they're like... But fortunately, you know, every time I get a message, it's not a strike. It's not a copyright strike. It's just saying... you can't monetize this video, or if you monetize this, you have to share with, you have to share the revenue, which they don't tell you how they're sharing it. So then you don't know how much you're getting. You don't know how much they're getting. It's ridiculous, man. And you know, this is the thing. They're being pulled up by the government now, by many governments around the world. And I think eventually what's going to happen is they've already cracked down with the kids thing in the videos and streams, where you have to sign that there's, I don't even know what the whole deal is with it, but basically that you're not putting kids in videos and oh, you can't monetize. Oh, and they still told you that. See, that's just ridiculous, man. But see, because it's supposedly a private company, they can do whatever they want. They can make their own rules, and they can tell you you're out, you're in, whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. Somebody's going to find a way to beat YouTube. There will be a time, I don't know when, and I really don't care at this point because I don't make that much from YouTube. The only money that I really make from YouTube is because of the people who follow me and who are loyal and who they're the core group of people. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't, you know, like the ads don't make anything. And I'm like, well, maybe I should try harder. No, I've been trying for a long time. The ads are not going to do it. They don't make all that much. It's not like you're going to make, you know, if I was making like $4 grand a month from advertising, believe me, I wouldn't say a word. I'd be like, all right, wow, I'm lucky. I'm fortunate. But, you know, when you make 15 or 20 bucks from the advertising, it's like, pfft, please get real. You know, I don't even really care about it. It doesn't, I mean, I'd rather have the money in my pocket than theirs. But, you know, it's the way it goes. Things are changing. YouTube's changing them. I believe creators are changing. I believe I'm changing the way that I do things. I mean, you know, I would have never thought I would be streaming the majority of the time and doing very few videos. Now I'm thinking I need to be doing more videos and less streaming because I'm beholden to whatever's going on. So in other words, if I'm in Hong Kong and something goes on and it's at 2 in the morning in the US, I got to stream it. If I want to show it, I got to stream it right then. If I shoot video, then I can just slap it up at, well, as soon as I'm done editing. You know what I mean? So, you know, the thing is that when they give you something, when you get YouTube for free, and then people go, okay, and I'm not talking about content on a channel, the ability to upload, the ability to put your videos up, and the ability for people to watch for free. Okay, when they give you that, then when you want something more, you know, it's a matter of, are they going to give you that? Are they going to make it possible? Can they make it possible? And I think in some ways they've already done what they're going to do. I don't know how they can change much more. So I think it's going to take a new platform to revolutionize the whole video thing. And there are other platforms, but, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, you put up a good video. I mean, I don't look at myself as a great, I'm not a great video maker. I never have been. But if I took more time and concentrated on the quality as opposed to, oh, I got to put 1 up a week or 2 up a week, I think that, you know, most people over time will get a little bit better. And I think it's the same thing. So it doesn't really matter as long as you have the audience to put up a video or put a link to a video or something like that. You know, like if I was to say, hey, I'm in Hong Kong now and gosh, it's popping off. I'll be streaming from this other website in 15 minutes or, you know, 2 hours, people would go to the other site. Most people, if they really want to watch you, you know. Glad I got that water. You know, they've upgraded this place a little bit. They put some, let me see if I can show you guys. You know, they have these baskets on a couple, here's a basket right here. Here's a basket right here. They have another one somewhere around here with water. So the birds come and they have some food, they have water, people feed them. Or I don't know if it's the parks department. So there's lots of birds here. And I know there's turtles, monitor lizards, squirrels. Let's see if we can find a squirrel. This is the extent of the seriousness of that I want my life to be right now. I just would like to show some squirrels. Can I show some squirrels? Is that possible? Let's see if we can find a couple. What's the weather like in Scotland right now, Niall? See, birds, pigeons, flying rats. The squirrels tend to be in these bigger trees, but let's see if we can find one. Cold and wet. Oh, look at this. Pigeons right above my head. I don't want them shitting on me. Pooing on me, excuse me. Let's make it more mainstream, guys. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna walk over. Let me think how I can get out of here and go. I always get mixed up because I don't want to take the long way. I think if I get out of here and go to the right, we'll go check out Christmas at the mall real quick. Just do a little walk by. It's not all that far. light. So there should be some protests in Thailand next month. And my guess is that there will be some protests in Hong Kong and other parts of the world. One of the guys that I met on, I don't know what trip number it was, he's talking about going to Chile and to Syria, and you know, we've molded over a little bit, and it's very difficult to make a buck, to travel, which is why they have correspondents all over the world. I mean, you know, it's why they do that, so that they don't have to have somebody, so an organization doesn't have to fork over the money to fly somebody out somewhere, you know, put them up, pay their expenses. It's the new age, you know. Got a feeling it's gonna get hot. It's already getting hot. Try to walk in the shade here. Look at this lovely water. I thought they had drained this when I first walked up because of the brown on the right. What gets me is that there are fish in here. That's a turtle right there. Check that out. It's a big turtle for here. See that? I don't know if you can see it. That is a big turtle, and he's going down. Let's see if I can keep an eye on him. Let's just watch him go under the, we'll watch him go under the, he's on the move. I don't want to stand in the sun, it's too hot, but definitely. Oh, there's a monitor lizard over there to the right. You see that? Is that what this is? This might be a monitor lizard, not a turtle. It looks like a... Could be a monitor lizard. That one over there, you see it over there? Up against the wall there? Monitor lizard, it's a small one. But this one looks like a turtle. The head looks like a turtle. I don't know if y'all can see this, but that looks like a turtle to me. Definitely. Look at that. Huh. Monitor lizard is gone. You can see all the little fishies. That's definitely a turtle. There's no way that that's a monitor lizard. Battle between a turtle and a monitor lizard. Yep, he's gone. Yeah, look, there's the back. That's a turtle. Huh. Pretty cool. I don't know how they can live in that stuff. Pants are falling off. All right. Let's take a little walk. Hopefully the phone's not too hot. Oh, and by the way, I am wearing my Manscaped underwear. Manscaped. They got all kinds of goodies. They got the lawnmower to trim your nether regions. Swathi Cup? Oh, man. They got the ball deodorant, ball reviver, foot antifungal cream. They got the t-shirts. But the underwear has literally saved me. So if you're interested, go to manscaped.com. Use the code MALIN20 and get 20% off. It didn't take very long, huh? I like doing short plugs. Much easier than the longer ones. Oh, let me tell you, I can't tell you how much of a difference they've made. I mean, it's like night and day, literally. It's the difference between being completely raw, like scraped by a cheese grater, and being normal. And you know, especially if you walk a lot. I mean, I generally walk quite a long ways. I mean, this is not very far, but it's a couple miles from by the time I'm done, it'll be a couple miles. But, you know, Hong Kong and some of the other long walks that I had, and beginning in Hong Kong, and also some of the longer walks I had before, the 15, 20 mile streams where I walked, those Manscaped briefs would have come in handy. Can't go wrong. That's the last thing you want to worry about. Seriously. The last thing you want to worry about is when you're walking and you're a little bit tired and you're a little bit thirsty and you're like, when am I going to get there? Or you're like, well, only 3 more miles. The last thing you want to worry about is a cheese grater between your legs. That's you just don't need that. Who needs the hassle? All right. So now we're gonna turn up this street here and cross over, and we'll get up to that little park where the drunk guys were hanging out. I did a video 2 years ago, where the drunk guys were hanging out. And also where the Thais play chess. And they don't like being photographed or filmed, but usually you can get a little bit in. You know, I've been chatting with a few people that I'm in Bangkok. But I've been chatting with a few people that I met over in Hong Kong. Some journalists, some photographers, and talking about different projects and how to think about doing things. And you know, as much as I'd like to go to some places, say like Turkey, Ukraine, wherever, to do a project, it's not enough just to say I'm going to go to Turkey and I'm going to go on the border and see what I can photograph. That's not enough now. You need to have a specific plan, a specific project, very specific, and you have to have it sold ahead of time. So it makes it very difficult because it's very costly. It's much cheaper just to stay local, which, you know, I bitch and moan about Bangkok, and I've lived here for 25 years, yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, there's still plenty of stuff to do if I just think about it a little bit. Well, yeah, it has to be focused on content, of course, but specific projects, you know, like, well, like I watched somebody the other day who I respect quite a bit, who did something, I don't remember if it was for Vice but it was about how to eat dim sum. And it's like, it's not about dim sum or, oh, is dim sum good? It's about how you eat it properly and the etiquette behind it. Now that's a very easy project. But that's an example. I didn't know it, but Hong Kong is running out of places to bury the dead. Man, can I get across here? Thank you very much, Mitch. Appreciate it. You're a good man, and you understand how the world works. Appreciate it there, Mitch. I believe you are the first and only of the day. You know, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. To be honest, if I do something like make some little project about eating somtam here, a lot of people are bored. But when I'm in Hong Kong getting shot at, people are telling me to get closer. Or I shouldn't be there. Things like that, you know. So that's kind of how I feel. It's like you're never going to make everybody happy. All you can do is make yourself happy. Well, you know what they say. Clumsy is as clumsy does. Check this guy out here. I tell you what, though, what I was thinking is that if anybody's interested when they come into town and they want to work on something with me, oops, work on something, I mean they want to basically help me make a video so I have another pair of hands, I'm more than willing to give it a go. I always need an extra set of hands. I don't know how that sounds, but I do. And it used to be, you know, I could just tell my kids to get over here and help me, but that doesn't work anymore. My kids are too busy. They got too many things to do. And sometimes I could definitely use, I could use 1 or 2 people sometimes to help me. It's that intensive. Well, if you ever get well and you decide to come here, let me know and we'll figure something out. I'm gonna try in the next couple of weeks to finish up my Hong Kong stuff. I got a video that I'm working on for the whole year. It's like a look back. Get into next month, and then I'll start into some other projects, other stuff. Maybe something else I've been thinking about is going out. When I went to CASHAPP, that was great, but I've been thinking about going somewhere like in Thailand where I can camp out for a couple of nights, try to film some stuff. I have a few ideas, but actually the place I'd really like to go if I'm gonna go in the jungle, the place to go is in Myanmar, but it's a hell of a haul. I'm not talking about CASHAPP, which honestly I don't think I could probably do it. Well, I don't know, but I don't think so. I think it might kill me to do it. It's that rough. Now that was, if anybody ever wants to watch something by National Geographic, that I think it's only about 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, maybe it's 20, I don't remember. Look up CASHAPP. It's just like K-A-K, B-O-R-A-Z-I. And you look up National Geographic, CASHAPP highest peak. Watch that video. Very, very good. And it shows about how difficult it was for these people to get over there. Oh, there's no shade over here at all, man. Son of a gun. But if you really want to see something, check that out. And it shows about how they've got porters. I think it was like a team of 5 people, something like that. And they had, man, the sun is just gnarly. Yeah, check it out. Shoot, man. I'll let this thing cool down for a second. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like in the camera, I can see the heat coming up off the pavement. That's how hot it is. Anyway, it shows the people going to base camp, to where they can get to this place that they're trying to figure out. I've talked about this before, but they're trying to find out if it's the highest peak in Asia, Southeast Asia, rather. And these are professional climbers. These are world-class climbers. They're all the best. National Geographic doesn't screw around. If you are a part of National Geographic, you're not some schmecklehead. And every single one of them had issues with the traveling, had issues with the physicality of it, of the going through the jungle. And the only reason I wanted to go there was to cross this bridge. It was like a bamboo bridge, very rickety. Oh, like, I don't know how high up, but high enough to where if you fell, you'd die. I just wanted to go there. God, this is nasty. What is that? Yeah. Overheating. Whew. Yeah, gnarly. Because it's hot out. Didn't have enough water in it. It was smoking. Whew. Uten. Whew, man. Anybody know what the temperature is right now? I can't look it up, but it's got to be at least 90, maybe 92. Feels like 98. It's a scorcher. Yes, that's it. And I started figuring out, first of all, I don't know what it is now, what the status is now. I can always find out, but once I decided, wow, I want to go I don't want to go to the, obviously I don't want to try to climb the peak, but I thought I'd like to go and see if I can get through the jungle and make it. And go over that bridge. And I started figuring out, and the time that it would take, it's like a month, and the cost, and the fact you need porters. And I mean, you know, and it was just like, it was incredible. I was like, Graphic may have the funds to do it, but I don't. Nobody's gonna donate money. 88 feels like 91. Yeah, it's hot. I mean, it was that expensive. It was something like $15,000, $20,000 or something for like 6 weeks, something like that. But I mean, it broke these people, and these people are. I won't say that. Yeah, I mean, I can. I'll tell you one thing that one of many things that Hong Kong taught me is that if I'm going to do anything that's drawn out, where I'm going to be walking all day, or, you know, from say 12 o'clock in the afternoon to 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be on my feet walking around. Very little chance of sitting down and relaxing for a lengthy period of time. I need to be in better shape. And I need to lose weight. I need to be walking all the time, which is one of the reasons why I'm walking right now. Need to be walking all the time. And I need to be mentally prepared and mentally strong. And, you know, Hong Kong was it's like the little leagues, you know, the pee-wee leagues. To be completely honest. It was a little dangerous, but it wasn't that dangerous. Yeah, I mean, I kind of know what to do. It's just a matter of, can my body handle it? And so what I tend to do, and what I've done for quite some time, is I try to use my mind and just be mentally tough. And I may cry, I may bitch and moan, but I just tell myself, just keep going. And the problem with that is that eventually you break down where you can't keep going. You know, eventually your body just can't do anymore. So bye, Lewis, or whatever your name is. I love how it still amazes me that people have such a shitty life that all they do is harass other people. Is that what it was? 24 days? Yeah, it's 24 days for the trek. But then you got to figure, you're not going to just land at 9 o'clock in the morning in Myanmar and take off and go. First of all, you need to spend a day or two in Yangon. Hey, Andy. You need to spend a day or two there in Yangon. Fly up to Putao, which before, you can't even get a permit to go into Putao. So, that in itself is a huge pain in the neck. Let's get here in the shade. Oh, nobody's playing chess? Oh, they're playing over here, probably because this. Wonder why. They must have moved something over here. Oh, yeah, nice here. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different, first of all, more stretching for me because I'm getting older. It's important. I need some kind of resistance training. I need some endurance training. Yeah, do you have something to say other than hello? I mean, talk to me, G. What do you want to say? A couple guys playing chess over there. I'm not going to go this year. I don't think anything is happening. I don't think anything much is going to happen right now. And most people that I've spoke to concur. Most people I know concur. There may be this sporadic flare-up. But I think that for the most part, people are going to rest, recuperate. A lot of people were hurt, you know, injured in some of the skirmishes. I think a lot of people want to get out of they want to get out of the line of sight from the police. You know. It all depends on the funding. Seriously. It all depends on my financial state and, you know, funding and what people, you know, if I get people that sign up for Patreon and things like that, you know. But yeah, I like to go to several places. There's several places on my radar besides inside Thailand. Yeah, I don't, you know, like this what I mean. I feel sorry for these guys now, because what I realize is that, and you know, for a while there, God, I got to get out of here, man. These people are gonna drive me nuts here. They're all, it's going berserk here. I got people staring. These guys over here staring. The people are walking over. They want to know what I'm doing. And it's like, I just got a phone up, you know. What's CCWC? I don't know what that is. I really, you know, I have, aside from talking to people who actually want to watch and they don't feel like just causing... what's the word? Just disrupting things. Aside from people who have been following the channel and who want to watch the channel, I haven't watched, I've watched like a Joe Rogan YouTube video. I watched a Ricky Powell video the other day. I watched, what was that other one? Oh, my buddy who John, he made a video from Hong Kong with his friend, and he did the audio and stuff, and I watched that. But aside from stuff like that, I have completely I know that Kevin Thailand, he moved back to the UK, and I talked to him about that before he moved. Aside from that, I have no idea what anybody else is doing, nor do I give two shits. I really don't. I just don't have... I just don't care. I'm all out of fucks. I'm all out of fucks, man. You know, I have zero fucks to give. I got my own stuff I'm working on. I mean, you know, it's kind of like if... It's kind of like if, you know, I'm standing there and I got police in front of me and they're threatening to pepper spray me. Do you really think I care about what other people on YouTube are doing? I really don't care. I honestly don't care. And it's got to the point where it's like, wait a minute, why would I care? Okay, if it's somebody, listen, I mean, you know, I know some of the guys that from Thailand that make videos, and I know some of the people elsewhere that make videos on YouTube. You know, listen, they're my acquaintances. Some of them are friends. Of course, I don't want anything to happen to them. I want them to be okay. But you know, they're grown men, so they're capable of dealing with themselves. You know, look at this. It's like, this guy's crazy. He's talking to his phone. Unbelievable. He probably doesn't want to talk to me because he doesn't know if I speak Thai. But if he knew I spoke Thai, he'd probably talk to me. So maybe I'll go over there and talk to him for a minute. But yeah, I mean, you know, like now I'm starting to say to myself, hey, you know what? I need to make more video footage that actually, not only can I put it on YouTube, but actually some video footage that I can sell. Photos. I've got my photos set up. I got things pretty well in line with that. You know, but then now you know, like I said, I've been talking to some people who, yeah, I know. And I'm trying to get rid of them as quickly as possible, but you know, eventually, hopefully they'll go away. Or you know, YouTube supposedly has a new, they have a new policy on harassment, and so if they're harassing people, the accounts will get deleted. And I don't know what they're doing to try to make it easier to track people and who they are so that they can't continually make 50 different channels. But you know, I mean, it's the world is the only way I know how to say it. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad, but I gotta say it this way. The world is a fucked up place. It really is a fucked up place. And there are a lot of fucked up people. And in my head, I'm not exactly the most together guy. My head's all over the place sometimes. You know, I can't keep my thoughts straight sometimes. But I mean, I've tried. I try to keep it together. And I certainly don't have the time or energy. That's the other thing. I may have the time now, but I don't always have the energy. I'm working on something. I'm like, oh, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. And then I'm like, man, I'm so tired, and I'm like trying to stay up. The next thing I know, I'm falling asleep at the computer, or you know, I'm just gonna lay down for a minute, and the next thing I know, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, so the people that have time to do this, I feel bad for them. Get a life, you know. Get a life. Again, we have this. You know, reported. I mean, you know, if you think about it, even like when I was in 5th and 6th grade, I would never think of doing these kind of things. So that shows you the lack of mental capabilities of these people. I love this little place right here. I just don't particularly like that because it's nice and shady and it's fairly quiet for being in the middle of a city. You can hear the birds. Now the guys that I've been here long enough. None of them they're paying me no mind now, which is great. I like that. But yeah, I mean, as far as going other places, first of all, I'd like to do a few things in Thailand. Maybe on the border of Myanmar, maybe in one of the national parks. Second of all, I've been thinking about Turkey for a while. You know, again, it's calculated risk. I've even thought of Israel, and for some reason, that's not a place that thrills me when I think of going to a place. But you know what? It's about what I want to. It's about what I want to do. So I can't. You know, I think the mistake that I've made in the past is trying to be a YouTuber when I really didn't want to be a YouTuber per se. And what I mean by that is, I just think, well, I'd like to go to Chile and Bolivia. Venezuela, I don't know about that. It never did thrill me, but, you know, Chuck wanted to go there, and I was like, all right, you know, you want to go, I'll go. All right, well, maybe, you know. But, you know, it's a long haul. It's a lot of money, man. You know, this is the thing. It's a numbers game. It's as simple as that. If it costs $5,000 to go, That means somehow either I need to raise all that money and still be able to pay my bills from money I earn and hopefully recoup the money. And that's not as easy for me. I'm just not that good at it, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying. I'm doing different things, but, I think maybe I need to do more. There's some other things I can do, and that's kind of why I don't want to stream all that much, or stream. Today, okay, I went out, but like maybe on, what's today, Sunday? Maybe on Wednesday I'll stream from my pad or from somewhere or something and just do like a half hour or an hour stream. I've thought about doing podcasts. I've thought about all kinds of things, but it all comes down to content. And quite frankly, Thailand is home. And while I enjoy the place, I like the place, I still need to dig deep to find something that I really, really want to do here, because most of the stuff that I've wanted to do, I have done, And, if I don't want to do it, and it's great video, great streaming, okay, well, then I'll do it. Most of the time. I don't want to do chowderhead videos. So yeah, and I've said it before. There's going to be changes. I'm always changing. The channel's always changing. There's always new stuff to do, it's as simple as that. I don't want to say it's an evolution, but it's a progression from doing one thing to another, to keep from being stale. And I get stale once in a while, I know that. And I know my videos might get stale sometimes, and I know that, but there's only so much I can do. I'm only one person. All right, let's get out of here. They're all playing chess over here. Well, go ahead, MedTech. You run it by me. Yeah, it's all right. And they got all kinds of food around here and stuff, It's the kind of place where there might be some rats, Let's There we go. Why is it still showing up here? Let's get rid of that. Oh, I like this music. Reminds me of like the 20s or 30s. Well, now it reminds me of Thai music. Let's see if I can get through here. Would it be worthwhile to interview different expats living in and asking? Because your arm. Let me get through here first. I don't know about that. They're MedTech. I don't know if it. I mean, I could. I'm sure I could do it. And maybe, I'd get better as time went by. Do I want to do it? Not particularly. Ah. Alright, let's just get out of here. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a good idea, I know that, but, you know, you got to remember something. Yeah, I don't get that either. I don't know who the bloke is. But what I was going to say is that I think it's a good idea. I just don't know if it's a good idea for me. Again, good idea. Yeah, great. I just don't know that it's for me. And if you think about it, and you think about the stuff that I really like to do, and, you know, the thing that's going to keep me motivated long term is what I like to do. I have to like what I'm doing. Because one way or the other, whether I like it or not, it's not like it's going to make me, you know, $30,000 a month. God, what the fuck is with these guys? They certainly are persistent. If you think about the stuff that I like to do, I mean, even, I'll be honest, the last trip I knew was going to be, you know, it was a human rights thing. And, you know, there was going to be one day where you know, there's going to be a lot of people and maybe something going on. All right, I prepared myself for that. The third week, you, hello. This is the big superstar lady. I took her picture. She's an international star now. That's what she thinks. They always remind me every time I walk by. And, you know, I have to, how can I say it? I'm walking. It's hard for me to think and walk at the same time, if that makes sense, and navigate my way through here. Jesus Christ. I think the whole thing about Hong Kong was that I'd never been there. I liked the people, and I felt it was a very worthwhile cause. I still feel like it is. So I really liked what I was doing. Well, it's the truth. Sometimes I'm like trying to think, and I start thinking about one thing, and the next thing you know, I'm like, what am I doing? Trying to navigate my way through all these people. All right, there we go. So, you know, I mean, yeah, you know, I guess the thing is if I could get some interviews, I don't really want to interview expats. honestly, it's a bit boring to me. Maybe it would be helpful for others. I don't know. Wait. Hang on a second. Lots of glare. There we go. All right. A lot of construction over here with the Sky Train. And then there, Toad Cup. Give me a second and I'll be able to get back to all this, but almost to the AC, man. All right, this is a lovely part of Bangkok. Hang on one second. I got to get in the AC. Well, thank you, MedTech. I'd like to be successful, and to be honest, on YouTube, I don't really call myself a success. Which way do I go? Go this way. Man, blistering, man. It is blistering out here. Soyari, it's a nice area. I don't know that I'd want to stay there though. I mean, you know, you go there for breakfast or for lunch or something, go do a couple of things, yeah, okay. But to stay there, it's not really for me. All right, in the AC now. Whew. Beautiful. And that bonjour always has such good pastries that it smells really, really good. This place changed again. Used to be a, used to be this place where they sell phone covers. Right now we're in Happy Land Center. No more Happy Land Market. It's been destroyed and nothing's been done with that land for, I don't know, almost 2 years. Beyond Trinity, there you are. What's happening? It was cool here, like last week. It was cool here, and it was about 10 degrees cooler, Fahrenheit, cooler. Just getting gin. It's about 10 degrees cooler in Hong Kong, and now it's back to being hot here. These people bug me, standing in front of the door. Fucking remoras, man. They stand in front of the freaking door, and it's like they know, and they're like the ones like the Israeli sea salt makeup kind of thing, where they stand in front of the front entrance of the mall, and then people are walking in and they block the entrance. It's like, no problem. You want to sell your stuff, that's fine. But, you know, you block the entrance for people. You make it different. That's why I get pissed off at people parking their car in front of my house. 4 centigrade. Oof. Well, it was about 15 in Hong Kong, all the way down to 12 at one point. Oh, what did I say coming here for? I always come in here just to show you the Christmas stuff, which there's not a whole lot. But you can start to see it. Burger King has the Christmas thing over here. Here we got the Christmas. Burger King Christmas 2020. You got the Christmas tree. You get the red poinsettias. Right? All the way down. And then you got the lights. You can barely see them over there. Well, you can see them here. You got the lights right here on the hedge. Let's see if there's anything more. Oh yeah, they got the little. Is that what is that? A kitty cat or something? I don't know what that is down there, but you can see. You got the little bear, whatever. So they're setting up here, getting ready for Christmas. And then if you look over here, I don't know if you can see it, but straight ahead, up above all those wires, that mass of wires, above the railing, you can see there's a whole bunch of lights there. And at nighttime, they turn those lights on. So it's a whole walkway of lights. So slowly but surely, you know, they're trying to get in the Christmas spirit here. And inside, you know, they're playing Christmas music. You go in and Starbucks has got the Christmas music playing and that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll go in there and get a water. Where's Gennaro at? Just to see, maybe Gennaro will get a look at, what's the girl's name? Smile and Mild or something like that. Got the lottery ticket people here. Oh, mall's already open. I don't know what I was thinking. Do I have 20 baht somewhere? Let's see if I do. Cup. Just wanted a water, man. No coffee. There we go. I'll be honest, I think I went to Starbucks in Hong Kong twice. I went twice. That was it. Sinus is better. It is better. You know, I've been thinking about the one chip challenge, and I don't really feel up to it right now, but I took a little look at the ratings because I found this show. I didn't know about it, but Jono told me about it. Hot Wings, and I watched Gordon Ramsay on there. I watched Charlize Theron. I watched several people do it, and those wings are somewhere around, I think it's like 2,000 on the Scholar. What is it? I forget the name of the rating. But it's the SCO something, the Scolati, I forget what it is, but it's a rating. And it was like, the hot wings are like 2 million. Scoville, that's what it is. 2 million. And the one chip challenge is like 2 million, 2.5 million. Now, I was thinking about it, and I thought, how much is pepper spray? Pepper spray is something like 10 million. So I figure, basically, it's like if you get that stuff on you, it's kind of like getting pepper sprayed. The problem is that you're eating it, so it goes into your system, in your stomach, your throat, everything else. So I do think I can do it, and I will do it, just not today. I'm not going to do it today because things are not quite as perfect as they should be digestively. But, you know, if I understand what it's like, you know, because I got pepper sprayed several times, and the one time was really bad. And that incapacitated me for about an hour. So what's the worst that's going to happen? It'll incapacitate me for an hour. I'll feel like shit for a day. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm immune. Actually, Nicholas said he wanted to do it. And I said, I can't let you do it unless I do it. And we'll have to start you off small. Because I don't want something happening to him. You know. I thought I saw that Hot Wings and somebody had an accident. I forget who it was, but somebody had an accident on the set. Oh yeah, that'll work. So have him sign a waiver, yeah, and then his mother will kill me. Something happens to him, oh. And it's because of me? Even if it's not because of me. My wife she'd have a fit. You know, they're her babies. You know, I look at them as young men. I treat them like young men. No, I'm not. I'm perfect. And actually, I am. I'm perfect because I'm a little snowflake. You know, they say that the more trolls you have, the more successful you are, because that's what jealousy does to people. It makes them want to troll you and hate you. So I guess that's what it is, you know? I'm a legend in my own mind, and people hate that. Yeah, tell that to my wife. What is today? Today's the 15th. That means Christmas is in 10 days. See, you know, I've tried to do it the viewer way. I've tried to ask people. I've done this for a long time. I've asked people, what would you like me to do? Well, they all want me to do the chowder head. Oh, wow. Well, that sounds great. Memorable. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I mean, and all I get is, you know, do more of the chowder head stuff. But, you know, when it comes to places, I asked my family, actually, where would you like me to go? And I've got it in my little book. The book. The little moleskin. I've got it in there. The notes. And I think, well, some of the stories had to have been real, and some of them might have been exaggerated, fake, but I didn't do any of them. Simple as that. I don't have that much energy to put into that shit. Let me write something and then respond to myself. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I do that in my head enough, you know. So, what about India? I could go to Kashmir. Wow, that might be kind of cool. Do I really want to go there? So I'm going. I have these conversations in my head. Turkey. Heard good things about the place. If I go on the border, I might be able to get in some places. Yeah, I feel like I'm going from being Carl Pilkington to like acting in a Oscar-nominated movie. That's about the kind of change I want to make. I don't want to do that kind of stuff anymore. And like I said before, I'm embarrassed by some of it. I'm embarrassed by the stupidity of some people. I don't know at the moment if it is or not. It's been. I've been thinking about that place for a long time. I've also thought about crossing over the border from Myanmar to Bangladesh to see if I can do that and where I can get from there and what I can do. Thought about that. I thought about Turkey and the border there. I've thought about Kurdistan. I've thought about Ukraine. I've thought about going back into Myanmar a few places. As was brought to my attention, while Syria is a dangerous place, and it's a place that, although I don't particularly want to go, I'd want to go there just to have it on my resume. I think it's a money drain, and I think the risk is fairly high that you get injured or hurt for basically nothing, for taking a loss. So, well, that's the thing. Let me tell you, Turkey is $600. That's fairly reasonable. Ukraine is about the same. Ukraine and Turkey, the prices are similar to Thailand. Myanmar. Always love Myanmar. Just have to come up with a specific project I want to do, and there's a few in my head. But this is why for the next couple of weeks I'm going to mull it over, and then I'm going to come up with something, and I'm going to try to figure something out. For anybody who's interested, listen, what I'm going to do is I don't want to just keep taking contributions for nothing. I really don't want to do that. I got to give something back. So I'm going to do something in the near future. I got to do all the mathematics and everything. I've got a general idea in my head. Yeah, okay. Going to the Ukraine would have been better a couple years ago when I had my hip surgery, but I didn't want to be in a position where I couldn't move, or my leg locked up. I don't know if you guys remembered, but my thumb, the other night, my thumb was like this. I had to pull it open. I couldn't move it myself. I tried, and it locked up, it cramped up. And then it happened again, and I told Simon, hey, dude, would you do me a favor, pull my finger? And he looked at me, but I was like, no, really? And he pulled it open, and then he has some problems with his hands, and then I saw Jono has some problems with his hands, so, it's about getting old and having arthritis and, repetitive motion and all that kind of stuff. But there is some stuff that I want to do. I do have some things that still get me excited. Golf is not something I follow other than Tiger Woods has got a new hot girlfriend and he's making this money millions. That's about it. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. I'm gonna do something. I don't know what I can do. You know, I can't really do anything if somebody, you know, throws me $1 or $5. There's not much I can do aside from say thank you. But all the people that, you know, have been contributing and stuff like that, you know, if they throw me 20 bucks or 50 bucks or something like that and I get money like that, I want to be able to send something to them. I think it's fair. And I think it's a better way to do things. That's one of the things that I want to do. So I need to figure that out. Well, that's what I'm talking about. In Hong Kong, it locked up. It hasn't locked up since I got here. But it was, I mean, it was straight up locked. I could not move it. You want a lock of my hair? You can have it. That'll be 50. Drop and give me 50 and I'll give you a lock of my hair. Yeah, it locked, and I mean, it was like this. And I was like trying to get it unlocked, and I had to pull it. And, you know, I had all this stuff in my hand, which is why you know, I've got to make a list up of stuff that while I was in Hong Kong, I was thinking, okay, is this a Hong Kong specific item that I would need, or is this something that I could use elsewhere? And a monopod with tripod feet is something that I need. The thing that I'm using right now is specifically for an iPhone or a phone, smartphone. And the tripod I tried unscrewing the bottom, and the monopod I tried unscrewing the bottom, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna need to get something, and it needs to be something light and sturdy. But little things like that I'm gonna need to get before I start doing other things, because it'll make my life a lot easier. And like when my finger locked up, I had all this stuff in my hands, and I'm like, man, you know, if I could just put this down, I'd be all right. I have a, what do you call it now? What's it called? Black Rapid strap. I've got one of those now, so that, you know, the camera hangs at your side, and you want to take a picture, you just slide it up and it comes right up. It doesn't sit around your neck and bounce up and down. So that's really good. Little things like that, you know. So that's what I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks working on, this kind of stuff, and seeing what I'm going to do next year. And preferably, I'd like to figure out, okay, what can I do next year? And, you know, what happens if Hong Kong kicks off again and it's a place that I really want to go back to? I feel like, oh, I need to go back there. What happens if protests become daily in Thailand? You know, I'm going to need to shoot them. So lots of good stuff going on. And this is the life, you know? This is my life. Today, Alex is out doing whatever he does at university. He's with his buddies. He comes back. He goes into this guitar studio for an hour and a half, 2 hours. He'll come back and hang out with us. But in the meantime, you know, everybody's doing their own thing at my house. I'll be going over my videos again and photos, and, you know, taking a break, having a nice hot cocoa. I don't know what it is. Around Christmas time, I want the hot cocoa. It's nice, you know, when you're sitting there and it's a little bit cool, or it's cold, or you got the AC on, and you know, the old lady's under the covers, and, you know, she's sitting there watching TV, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, let me sip my cocoa, and it's very nice. It's a good life. But then, you know, you wake up in the morning, you're like, all right, what am I gonna do? I gotta do something. So it's on to the next project, assuming that Hong Kong doesn't, I don't even know how to say it, you know. the more I think about it, the more of it's such a sticky situation there. And it's kind of like, I've heard many people say this, but like, what are you going to do? If you're faced with being under a regime that you don't want to be under, you don't like it, what are you going to do? You're going to live with it? Older people generally go, I'll just try to get along and try to live with it. But the younger people are like, no way, man, not doing it. So it's still in my mind. It's still of great interest to me. And I hope they can work something out, but I don't see it happening. I see it getting violent because that's the only thing people will listen to. And I wouldn't doubt if it got violent here in Thailand either. Although I don't know about right yet. Maybe somewhere down the line. Once the people start protesting, then things start getting a little bit dicey. And that would not be good for here, because with the exchange rate being what it is, the dollar having fallen to the baht being strong, and tourism being down here, I don't care what they say, I know that it's down a little bit. It's not the same thing. This is the military in power, Prayut, although technically not military, versus the democracy movement, which, I guess that would be yellow, but I don't know what they're considered that. I just saw it yesterday and started looking into it a little bit, read a couple articles, and that's it. So I'm gonna have to look at it more and see what's going on. They were gonna protest in front of Lumpini Stadium, or Lumpini Park rather, and right in front of the statue of King Rama, what is it, Rama 6? What was it? It's a king statue right out there in the front. And the police said, how can you do this? How can you protest in front of the king? And so they stopped. And also, how can you protest over the holidays? So they made it a point to say, we're going to protest next month. So I'm going to have to keep my eyes open for that, and ears open, and see what I can do. And see, is it something that's going to be ongoing? Because what was the reason they blocked? Oh, they blocked the guy who is behind the protest. I don't remember his name, but he's 41 and he's a billionaire, and apparently he owns part of a media company. Because of that, the election committee has said you're no longer able to be involved in politics because it's a conflict of interest. He's saying, no, that's not true. They're saying, yes, it is. And so that's the sticking point. And, I don't know that anybody's going to change their minds. So it's just going to continue. It's going to continue until there's resolution. And that's what happens. And the more I look into this, and the more I see all these things that are happening around the world, the more of it I know now that until there's a change, it's just going to keep going on. It's going to go on and on and on and on. I mean, like let's say that in Hong Kong, they find, hey, these three people are the financial leaders and they are the strategists for this movement. And they do away with them. Well, you're going to make some people angry, and the people are going to keep coming. But you're going to deal a serious blow to them. But they're going to keep coming back, and they're going to come back and come back. And I don't know if there's any way that you can stop it. I mean, look at, look at ISIS. Look at the CCP. You have all these things. All these groups, organizations, they don't want to be stopped, And that, I don't know. If I got another 20 years left on the planet, when I'm an old man, maybe something's going to happen. I'm already old, but I mean, when I'm older and I'm, say, 70, 75, it wouldn't surprise me if some serious shit started going down around the world. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me if it happened in a year. I mean, I don't even know what to say now. It's like, what are you going to do, We're all a bunch of animals. Ants. We're ants in the colony. Yeah, it does feel like something big is coming. I don't know, man. So many problems in the world. And once you get inside your cave, which is your home, whatever it might be, in whatever type it is. Some prefer return. Once you get inside, as long as you got food on the table and everybody's healthy, that's all that really matters for that time that you're inside. Once you walk outside into the world, you got to face facts, I mean, like, there's days I think, I just don't feel like dealing with the traffic and dealing with the people and I'm going to start a GoFundMe campaign. I need to go live in Alaska. I need about $300,000 minimum. I'm going to go out and get a little piece of land somewhere and have a tiny little bear-proof house with lots of food. What do you call the things down below? In the basement or whatever. I have a lot of underground. I have an underground basement with a lot of food in there, and it'll be like, all right, see you later, guys. Take care of yourselves. Do what you want to do with the world. Unfortunately, that's not really possible. That's not how it works. Where's Gennaro at? Gennaro missed out. He missed out. Yeah, I'm thinking bunker. You dig a huge hole. You put some climate control stuff in there. You throw in a container. And you put a couple more containers on top of the ground. They all connect. A bear starts to tear you up. You go downstairs. Yeah, okay. I'm sure that'll go over. And the thing is if I was single and I really wanted to do that, I could do it. If I had no kids, if I had no family, expenses were next to nil, it'd be very easy to do that. Oh, I want a bunker, for sure. A little place where you can, and sometimes I do, but like today I told myself, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to go anywhere today. I'm not going to do anything. And then, when I woke up, I thought I need to go for a walk. I feel like I got to shake some rust out or whatever. Oh, I might as well, if you had to bug out, Would I prefer Thailand or, well, it's easier to stay put. It's always easier to stay put. That's not to say I don't want to. I mean, you know, I was just talking to the wife about it the other day. You know, we'd have to do this, we'd have to do that, we'd have to do this, we'd have to do that. You know, you're not talking about one person. And, you know, my kids are getting older. They're of their own, they have their own minds, and they decide what they want to do and how they want to do it. And for them, life is good, you know. I mean, fairly good, you know. They're not being taken to work, you know, in a limo or something like that. But what do they have to? You know, their life is they're what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm trying to think. I'm having a hard time thinking. Their needs are met. Complete financial, I'm better off here at my home in the U.S. Well, you see, that's what I mean. Especially if it's paid off. Well, comfortable is one way of putting it. Why don't you return to the States? Because it's a huge pain in the ass. Think about it. I think if you figured out how much it would cost to move over there, and not only that, I got kids. So if the kids go over there, the kids have to build a life for themselves. It's not as easy as you think. It's a bit more difficult. Now, you know, Nicholas did say to me, once I finish school, I want to go into the military. So maybe that's a good way for him to integrate. I don't know. You know, there comes a time when you just got to kind of let them do what they want to do, and you just try to help them. But I got the neighborhood animals mapped out for There's a highway nearby. You can always get the stuff off the highway. Scrape it all up. Roadkill. It's you know, it's well, I'm not even thinking about that. I mean, you know, like, it comes down to it. Listen, if you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You do the best you can to stay alive, and if you die, you die. You know. But if I was to move back home, that would be a huge move for me. Because, like, what am I gonna do? You know, what am I going to do? It's not like over here I can go, I'm going to go to this place, I'm going to go to that place. Now you're talking about, I'm going to have to cover things in the U.S. I'm going to have to be an American in America. It's a much different dynamic, you know. So, you know, it'd be like, all right, I'm going to go work at 7-Eleven or Home Pro. Walmart, you know, I'm going to be a Walmart greeter. You know, I'd rather do what I'm doing here, you know. I do like what I'm doing here. Ugh. Yeah. Fortunately, I don't have to deal with that. I mean, look at this. You really want something to eat? You go here. You go to Burger King, and you get yourself a little rice. What is this? Jagraka. I don't know what's. Menu cow. I guess it's. Oh yeah, rice with chicken. Oh, it's rice with whatever. 69 baht. So that's about $2.30. Something like that. Can hear you, can't see you. Well, now you should be able to see me. FYI, friend's son joined the army. He had dual citizenship. He had to give up his Brazilian citizenship to join. Wow. Well, I don't know if that would happen. That does sound about right, though. I guess it would depend on what he's going, if he was to do something like, yeah, I have that picture. U.S. UK return taking advantage of a vacuum global shift coming. Probably, yes, but you never know. I look at it like there's a lot of stuff we don't know. We may know some things, but the United States and many other governments, there's a hell of a lot of stuff that they're not talking about and that they have at their fingertips. And, I just don't, like I said, we're ants. I know Joe Rogan says we're chimps or we're apes, but we're not. We're ants. We're just part of the little colony, or bees or whatever, Yeah, it's you, man. It's not. I don't think it's me, because I can see fine. Everything's good. So I only got a few minutes left anyway, but I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. One thing I've realized is that sometimes there's just nothing you can do. You think you might be doing something, you're working towards something, and it doesn't really matter. And even I will say this, that while I don't believe in this 100%, even then the mighty cockroach, it'll be the only thing left on the planet. Look up the guy. I always tell people this. Very famous photographer. His name is Don McCullen. And I have a couple of books by him now. I have like 3 books by him. He was very famous in the 60s and 70s and a little bit in the 80s, I guess. War photographer. Old guy. Now he's like 84 now. And he went over to Libya when he was like 79 years old because he wanted to do it one last time. And he ended up saying, I got to leave because I don't want to put anybody else in danger. And I'm just, as fit as I am for being my age, I just don't have it anymore. But anyway, he took all kinds of photos and was very well known. And now he does landscape photography. And one of the things that he said, and I always remember this, is he said, I always thought that my photography was doing a lot of good and it was helping people, and I was, I'd make a change for the better and blah, blah, blah. He said, now I feel like, yeah, okay, maybe you make a little bit of a change for a temporary change, but in the long run, he goes, it doesn't matter. You're just documenting history. And that's about what I think. And I think that goes for just about anything. How many people have really, truly revolutionized the world? Only a few. And, a lot of people, they don't even know who invented the telephone. They don't know. You know what I mean? So, I think we're here today, we're gone tomorrow. And things just keep changing, and, who knows what it was like, really like 300 years ago or 200 years ago. And who knows what it's going to be like 100 years from now. We won't, because we're going to be gone. Simple as that. So, anyway, I think, let me see here. We got any more questions, comments? I'm waiting an asteroid to hit the Earth again and do a species reset. Well, that might happen. Don McCullin. It's MC or MCCULLIN. I love the dude. He's fantastic. I like his photography, but he was in the era when everything was film. And, you know, one thing that I've been thinking about is that I have to find more places on the street to shoot that aren't slums. Because that's one of the things I really like, is doing street photography. You know, so that's something else that I'll probably get more into next year, this year even. But he used to shoot film cameras, and he had an old Nikon F. And he was taking a shot or whatever, and he got shot, and the bullet hit the Nikon F and bounced off, and he was okay. He still has that camera. It still has the dent in it from the bullet. He did some crazy stuff, man. I mean, he went some wild places, you know. Nigeria, when it was called, what is it called? Biafra? I think that's what it was called. What was the other place? It wasn't Mozambique, or was it, what is it? Can't remember the name of it. But I think Nigeria used to be called Biafra. And he was there when it was Biafra. He was in Cambodia, he was in Vietnam. You know, guy was... Those are the days when they fought with mainly with rifles, you know. So, anyway. Yeah, he's Sir Don McCullen, excuse me. Yeah, fantastic photographer. And a lot of his stuff, like his stuff in, where was that? In, was it, I don't think it was Kosovo. There's a picture of a guy with, he took the shot, and there's a picture of a guy running along a building with a rifle in his hand. I can't remember where it was. That's the kind of stuff that, you know, that kind of urban unrest. I can't say I like it. That's the wrong way to put it. I like photographing it. That's why I liked Hong Kong so much, you know. Now, I will say this. There are some people that I know. I don't know them real well, but I know them. They take photos, and all I'm going to say is they take photos of women. And I'm not talking about naked or anything like that. They just take photos of women, and they're not in fashion. And I love their stuff, and I'm like, oh, you bastards. What would I rather do? Take pictures of scantily clad women that look great, or be on the street wondering if some cop is going to pepper spray you? Which one's it going to be? See you later there, Chris. Take it easy. I admit I'm jealous, you know? I am jealous. Anyway. Somehow I think certain aspects of photography fit me, and certain aspects don't fit me. What was that guy's name? I'm trying to think of that guy. He was it wasn't Elliot Irwit. It was that other guy, Saul Leiter. No. It was Robert Frank, who said there are plenty of photos out there in the world. And he said this like a couple years ago. There are plenty of photographs in the world. There are just not that many truly good photographs in the world. And I do believe that. So with that, I shall bid you adieu. Adieu. Bid you adieu. Thank you all very much for watching. Listening to me ramble. Appreciate it. Wednesday, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. See you later, everybody. Not sure what I'll be doing, but thank you very much. I'm going to make some changes to the channel very shortly. and also to my website and blah, 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 blah. But I think you guys, I think the core members and the people who just like my channel in general, most of the time, I think they'll continue to enjoy it. And hopefully others will enjoy it, you know. So that's the idea. And to do things that I want to do. So anyway, yeah, you want to get in touch with me, you want to, you know, yada, yada, yada. Everything's in the description. Thanks again to Manscaped. Thanks again to all my Patreon. Yeah, I know, huh? I didn't swear very much. Thank you to my Patreon patrons, the members of my website. There is going to be a change to the website. I already have started to change it. I took the forum out. I'm going to put some other stuff up. And then it's basically the members can get in through the members site, and then everything else is going to lead you to wherever I want to lead you. It's going to be a, what do you call it? A launching pad, a funnel. So things will be changing. But anyway, thanks again. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Mitch, for the donation. Thank you to anybody else. I've been wondering there's a couple people I've been wondering where they are. Carlos is one. I don't know where he is, but he tends to take off for a while. And I don't know that he has access to the internet or whatever, but probably next year in January, I will go to Pattaya. I want to go for a day or two. And, you know, I never did contact the place in Koh Chang, which I need to contact him. There's a few things I need to do. I got a long list of things to do, but Hong Kong sapped a lot of my energy and also took a lot of the time up. And I'm just starting to feel normal again, you know. I'm getting back to that point, but I don't know, maybe I'll never be normal. That might be a little boring. But anyway, thank you very much. And I'll talk to you guys soon. All right? Adios. Oh, yeah. What am I supposed to say? I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Choke me out, Chuck and my. See ya.